All right, light up those pumpkins, everybody, because we are live. Let's see who else is awake and alive out there tonight. Happy Michael Myers Monday, everybody. Welcome to this week's live show. If you're new here, my name is Matt. We are Halloween Daily News, and this is Michael Myers Monday Live, our weekly gathering and hangout with all the fans, fanatics, aficionados of Michael Myers and the Halloween movie franchise, where we geek out about the week's news and we talk and we speculate and we gather and we converse and we have a good old time, and maybe a few of us throw back a little bit of drink every now and then, a little bit of beverage every now and then. So welcome if you're new, and to all my returning friends, what's up, y'all? Happy Michael Myers Monday! We made it through another week. You made it through another Monday, and like I always say, that alone is reason to celebrate. You are here. I'm here. We're here together. Thank you for being here. Happy Michael Myers Monday, everybody. Here's to you guys. All right, let's see what's happening over here in the live chat tonight. I see, yes, one of our channel members, Patrick Ring, checking in, using those awesome custom emojis that you can use if you become a channel member for just $5 a month. Just hit that join button down below. Lots of other perks are in there too, and we'll be adding others. I see the great Ryan Korn has checked in. Are you ready? Yes, yes. Jamie McClendon is here. Million Ideas is here. What's good, man? Phil has checked in. My buddy Pierre Phillips, thanks for being here. Andromeda is here. Jennifer is here. Rob is here. Who else do I see in here? Coco has checked in. Halloween Ends updates, of course. Our friend Belle. Chad Francis. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Good to see everybody in here. And I know a few others will probably be filtering in as we get going here. Not a real big night. Not a whole lot of stories to talk about. But the stuff I do have is pretty cool and kind of big. In one case, it is an exclusive. And in the other, it might be a little spoilery a little bit. But we're going to talk about it. I'm gonna ease our way into it, and give plenty of warning just in case anybody wants to mute for a few minutes when we get to that point. Yeah, we don't have a whole lot of HN's news, but we do have a little something we can talk about here, and I do have some exclusive new images that I'm going to be telling you about that have to do with that new Michael Myers animatronic that we discussed last week. That's going to be in Lowe's stores this year from Jimmy. Got some new details on that we're going to be going over. And, of course, Michael Myers Monday shout-outs and all that good stuff that we like to do. I usually like to start off with some kind of show and tell, and I don't have anything new in my own collection or anything real new in stock right now. Everything we've been showing you in recent weeks is still currently in stock. We got the H Kills masks, the 2018 masks, the Super 7 Michael and Laurie figures, all that good stuff. The decor, lots of awesome decor in stock. But what I wanted to show you tonight is just one more little feature on those 3 3/4 inch retro styled Halloween 78 figures from Fright Rags. And if you'll remember, a few weeks ago we did the unboxing here, and then last week I had the more edited showcase video and some unpackaged shots. And we also looked at what I call the evolution of the Michael Myers in 3 3/4 scale. And at the three, we took a look at the 3 officially licensed Myers figures that have been released so far in that scale, and could kind of compare them a little bit. And so I figured, since we did that, we have to answer that this week with, of course, the evolution of the Laurie Strode 3 3/4 scale figures. So let's go over here. This is just a quick photo that I snapped with my phone real quick before we went live tonight. And there's the PJ Souls Linda figure there on the right. And yeah, that dusty boot there on the left, that's part of a giant Michael Myers figure based on Tyler Mane, Rob Zombie's Halloween 07. And you can see a few other cool things there in the background. But what we're looking at, of course, and making this comparison is with these 2 Laurie figures. There on the left, that is the Fright Rags Halloween 78 Laurie Strode. And there on the right, that is the Super 7 Halloween 2 Laurie Strode figure. Now, we do sell the Super 7s. We have the Laurie Strode and the Halloween 2 Michael Myers in stock in our online store, HalloweenDailyNews.com/shop. If you don't own those yet, you definitely want to pick them up. Or maybe you don't, but I think they're awesome. I'm always talking about how cool these figures are. You guys know I'm a figures collector guy anyway. So there you go. There's the comparison of the two figures. I mean, Laurie in her classic 78 outfit. I love that the jeans are bell-bottom. I think the colors look really great. When you see it next to that packaging, the colors match perfectly. I like the sculpt on her face. I mean, compared to the Super 7 face sculpt, I gotta say the Fright Rags takes it for me. The Laurie 78 doesn't hold the accessories very easily with her hands. They're not really grippable, whereas the H2, she comes with a few accessories, a pistol, and I can kind of fit that in there usually. But again, these a lot of people aren't even going to take them out of the package unless you did like I did, and you got 2 of each or more. Looking at the H2 in comparison, she's in her Haddonfield Memorial Hospital gown, bleeding still, obviously the wounds from the previous night still fresh, and look of absolute terror on her face. And then quite noticeably, the hair is 2 totally different colors, much darker in the Super 7 H2. But there you go, and they're roughly about the same height. You can see there. The H2, she's sporting a little bit more of a lean because, as you can see, her feet down in the bottom, the right foot is bandaged, so she's actually a little bit off balance when I have her standing on her own like that. So she's leaning a little bit, but they're about the same height. And as always, I look forward to hearing from you guys. Again, if you're new here, don't be shy. Chime in the live chat. And as always, everybody else, you know what's going on. Let me hear your thoughts in the live chat. Man, this has been a wild, busy day. If you've been watching the channel today, quite a few video updates, articles on HalloweenDailyNews.com today. Really busy. We knew it was going to be a little bit busy, but some screen casting news. Nev's out. Courtney's in. Our first look at the new Wednesday series. I saw one of you commented about Wednesday a minute ago in the live chat. So, of course, we're following all of that. Of course, we had to file some video updates to go with our articles today. So it's been a really wild, crazy, busy, breaking news kind of day. But very exciting. And a little bit draining. A little bit tired now. Probably won't be on here real long tonight. And I'll say that every week. But I think I mean it this week. But check those videos out when we're done here if you haven't already. And I know we try to keep it on topic and on franchise here. But if you got thoughts on those things and want to throw something into the live chat, feel free. Because we don't have a huge crowd tonight. And that's probably because I didn't really put Halloween Ends in the headline until later on today because I wasn't sure if we were even going to talk about this Halloween Ends news item that we're going to talk about. But I think we're going to. I think you guys can handle it and are going to want to hear this. And you're going to hear about it anyway, sooner or later. So, but first I'm going to turn over here and check out what's happening over in the live chat room. Patrick says they really did a fantastic job with those figures. Yes, they did. Yeah, those 78s are beautiful. I mean, NECA. Fright Rags knocked it out the park. Phil says, thank you for saying, are you ready? No problem, man. Ryan Korn, yeah, that's the Rob Zombie Myers boot. Yep, sure is. Jennifer says, is that Michael's boot on the far left? Yes, it is. Yep, you guys, good eye there. Yep, that's the Tyler Main boot. And yes, my shelf's very dusty. Yeah, pay no mind to that. But it looks kind of cool on the Michael Myers boot. You gotta admit. I see Byron Weaver has checked in. What's up, man? Happy Michael Myers Monday. Young Major's here as well. Johnny Trouble is in the house. Ariel is here. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Good to see all you guys this week. All right. Like I said, we don't have a ton to get into tonight, but what we do have is pretty cool. Um, Now, we do have a little bit of Halloween Ends news to talk about, and this I gotta admit, this kind of borders on a little too spoilery for what I normally like to talk about here. But I debated on it for a little while, and the bottom line is ultimately I came to the conclusion that it doesn't really spoil any specific plot points or anything like that. And there was a similar statement made by another actor in Halloween Kills last year, and that really, in retrospect, didn't really spoil too much. Looking back on that now, all that being said, though, if you want to avoid any and all spoilers for Halloween Ends, you probably want to mute the video right now. Maybe just turn away for about 5 or 6 minutes. It's not going to take us real long, I don't think. But I do want to talk just a little bit um, about this because, like I said, it's going to be out there. It's out there now. It's already. I've seen it a couple times this evening in on my Instagram feed. People are sharing this around. So what has happened is Nick Castle has sent a cameo to one of his fans. And somehow that, I don't know really how Cameo works. I thought it was all private stuff that you couldn't really share with other people. I guess once you get it, you can download it. But in any case, there is a link, a live link out there, as of this recording anyway, of Nick Castle doing this cameo for this guy's birthday, in which he reveals a tasty little tidbit about his cameo in Halloween Ends. Again, spoiler alert if you don't want to know anything. So, what we've got here is this cameo. Now, I'm not going to share the cameo video or the link to that because again, I imagine it's probably going to get taken down or won't be public for very long. But it is out there. You're probably seeing it in your feed as I am. It's out there. But I did watch it, and of course I took some notes, like I like to do because I like to get the quotes exact. So I'm going to tell you what he said in this cameo, and this again was sent to a fan for his birthday, and you guys know the Cameo app by now. I mean, I've never done the Cameo app. I don't really I don't have a membership for that or anything. I don't know exactly how that works, but the Cameo app, from what I understand, is basically you can buy celebrity greetings. And people like Nick Castle, James Jude Courtney, a lot of our favorite people, they will send you holiday messages, birthday messages, whatever it might be. And this happens a lot. So what we got today was brought to our attention was that the great Nick Castle, the original Shape in John Carpenter's Halloween 78, and of course he's had cameo appearances in Halloween 2018. Here you see him on the set of that film, recreating one of his iconic photos from the set of John Carpenter's 78 film. He also had a cameo filmed for Halloween Kills. It ultimately was cut out of the theatrical edition as well as the extended cut, but it is thankfully included in the bonus features, deleted among the deleted scenes in the bonus features on the Blu-ray release of Halloween Kills. And so, of course, obviously, it's no surprise that Nick filmed a cameo for Halloween Ends. We've known this for quite some time. And in this cameo to this fan, he says, and this, I watched the cameo myself, so this is my firsthand account. Nick's exact words are, quote, "By the way, going to be in the new one," he's talking about the new movie. He says, quote, "By the way, going to be in the new one, but I won't be in the mask. Don't tell anybody." Well, too late for that. but you'll see me. You'll see this face. Yes, for the first time on camera, the actual face of Nicholas Castle. End quote. So that's Nick's words right there that he's going to be appearing in Halloween Ends unmasked. Well, let me correct that. That's Nick's words right there, that he filmed a cameo for Halloween Ends where he is, for the first time, not wearing the Michael Myers mask. He is unmasked. Now, you guys can make of that what you want. I know a lot of you are going to speculate and draw some draw some conclusions. But what I would say, my first thought is that my immediate thought is that I don't think Nick is cameoing as the Shape in this film in that case. I know some of you might take that as, oh, well, maybe Michael's mask is going to come off and all of a sudden it's Nick Castle's face underneath. I don't think that's what he's talking about, and I'd be surprised if that's what happens. I'd also probably be a little bit disappointed if that's what happens, honestly, because in the previous two movies, 2018 and Kills, they've clearly established that it's James Jude Courtney's face and head underneath that mask. It's his body, it's his face and head. We've seen shots of that. They're just usually out of focus or just real quick. But if you freeze frame, James is there unmasked in both of those films. And that's what I was alluding to earlier. If you remember my interview with James Jude Courtney from February of 2021, when we were talking just a little bit about Halloween Ends, and he said at that time, he hinted at that time that he would be spending a little bit more time out of the mask than he did in 2018. And we all kind of chewed on that for a little bit, and what does that mean? And some of you picked up on that quicker than others, but that was there in that early interview. And so again, to me, this is very similar to that type statement. I don't think it's going to be Michael Myers unmasked and it's Nick Castle underneath. What I do think is this means Nick Castle is playing actually a different character than the Shape, which then opens up a whole bunch of possibilities of, well, who would you cast Nick as in a cameo role that would be really fun? Now, the first one I thought of, and you guys tell me what you think, please, but the first one I thought of that would be really fun is maybe he works at the hardware store, where Michael, 4 years later, is going to stroll on in there, pick up a mask, and maybe even some knives and rope while he's in there, too. And maybe it's Nick that rings him up. Maybe he even looks at him for just a second. He's like, hey, don't I know you from somewhere? Don't I recognize you or something? I think that would be a really fun, funny way to kind of have Nick's cameo in this. Even before today, I had seen some comments and speculation somewhere that maybe Nick's cameo in this film would be unmasked and it would be as a victim of Michael Myers. And I think that could be fun, too. It'd be certainly ironic and could be interesting. And then another thing is I always wanted to see, in fact, I always wanted to see, even before they made 2018, I was hoping that they would do cameos with more than just Nick Castle. Even before they announced that Nick was going to be part of the film, I was hoping that they would get not just Nick Castle, but also Dick Warlock and George Wilbur and Don Shanks and Tom Morgan, Chris Duran, Bradley, Tyler Mane, all these guys, and have them in a cameo together. You know, something like maybe they're all at a bar or something, and they're all just hanging out. And then the Shape walks by, and you kind of see him, you know, maybe one of them looks, what the hell are you looking at? And get out of my way or something like that, is what I always thought would have been so cool. I still think it would be if they could do something like that. So maybe the cameo is something along those lines. Just a funny kind of, they bump into each other, and, you know. But think about the hardware store clerk. But you guys tell me what you think about that news from Nick Castle himself about his cameo in Halloween Ends. And again, I would just caution everybody one more time that this is what was filmed. And we all know that what's shot is not always what's in the theatrical cut. So just keep that in mind too. As far as I've heard, there have been no actual test screenings of Halloween Ends yet. So I do kind of expect that to be taking place very soon, maybe even like within the next few days. Um, we did hear about that internal screening for some studio heads, and Jason Blum has indicated through social media that he has seen an early cut of the film. We know John Carpenter is working on the soundtrack, if not completed by now. But our last update a week or two ago, he had indicated that he was working on it as of mid-May. So they very well could have already completed the score for that time. I mean, geez, it only took him what a couple days to score the original. I think 3 days. I think so. Yeah, they work pretty fast. I think he still does actually. So you guys tell me what you think about all that. Let me check into the live chat over here. Let's see. ProtectSafes.com has checked in. What's up, man? Happy Michael Myers Monday. Andromeda says that Nick said he filmed a cameo that was supposed to be an H-18, but it got cut. He was a neighbor on the lawn when Allison sees a dead dog hanging. Oh, you mean an unmasked cameo that was cut? Interesting. I do remember seeing the deleted scene on the Blu-ray of Allison finding that dead dog after an early morning jog, I think it is. I don't recall if Nick is in that deleted scene on the Blu-ray, but I'd like to check that out now that you mention it. Ransom has checked in with a thumbs up. What's up, man? Happy Michael Myers Monday. HN says only 3 weeks till the Halloween Ends trailer, June 23rd. Hey, fingers crossed. I think June 23rd sounds like a good day. I think timing it with the black phone, I've said all along, that seems like it makes all the sense in the world. But one more thing on Halloween Ends, I should mention, this being the first Monday of June. It was on the first Monday of June 2018 when Jason Blum announced that the trailer for Halloween 2018 would be released that Friday. And that was a very exciting week. If you guys remember, we were all over it, and the excitement was just, you could just feel it in the air. I only mention that because, again, this Friday would be, this Friday would be the second Friday in June, which was when the H 2018 trailer was released, the second Friday of June 2018. I'm not really expecting it that early this week. Then again, Universal's got a real big movie called Jurassic World coming out this week. While a rated R Michael Myers movie is not exactly the same market as a PG-13 action franchise like Jurassic World, Jurassic Park, hey, plenty of theaters do show R-rated films before PG-13s. Well, some theaters do now. Not all, but it's possible they might want to drop that trailer this week. But I do still think that July 23rd, 24th is the most logical, best bet if I were a betting man at this point, by far. Let's see who else is in here. Jack Russell has checked in. What's up, man? Happy Michael Myers Monday. Andromeda says that would be awesome if Nick did the head tilt as whatever character he plays. That would be great. That would be great. He'd kind of be doing a little Busta Rhymes thing, but if he could kind of head tilt at the shape and the shape head tilt back, I don't know. We don't want to get too Busta Rhymes with it, too Resurrection. But I think if Nick could do a head tilt, maybe even like just as the person walks away, like, yeah, I think that could definitely work and be fun. Steve Garvey says, so is Aaron Corey making his comeback in Ends? That's an interesting idea. I remember in 2018 wondering if Aaron was definitely dead, and everybody that I talked to, mainly my wife and my son at that time, said, oh, you're crazy. Yeah, he's dead. He's dead. And I think he probably is, but hey, you never know. I would like to see Ben Tramer in Ends. I wouldn't mind seeing Ben Tramer, He got a nice shout out in the last film. I can think of a couple notable ways they could easily bring him in and be an interesting character. That would be some justice for Ben Tramer, or could be. Let's hope. Let's hope they don't bring him in just to have it be as ill-fated as we know him to be in the original H2. All right, so you guys let me know what you think about those comments from Nick and what you think that cameo is going to be now. Because again, if it's not the shape, yeah, that opens up a lot of fun possibilities. Maybe we should have a contest just to see who can come up with the best uh, fan cast idea of the cameo that you would put Nick Castle in, and unmasked Nick Castle, not as the shape, maybe interacting with the shape, maybe interacting with Laurie or Allison, but you tell me in the live chat tonight, or if you're watching this later on, you tell me in the comments below how you would, what cameo you would write for Nick Castle in Halloween Ends. Andromeda says works in a Halloween store. Yeah, I mean, I think that makes total sense. And I mean, again, I wouldn't mind seeing him as the hardware store employee, um, who you could see Michael go into the hardware store. You know, you wouldn't see the face so much, but like how we've seen James walk around as Michael, especially in 2018, he spends a good deal of time unmasked in that before he gets the mask back, and he's walking around. And if you freeze frame it, there are some shots. I think we could see some more of that. I think that would be really creepy, seeing Michael in the daylight before Halloween, going into the store, and maybe he doesn't break in and rob it this time. Maybe he actually walks in there and buys his rope and knives and a new, nice, clean Myers mask. I don't know what they would call it in the film. They'd probably just call it a boogeyman mask, right? You know, like if Silver Shamrock were making the mask, which yes, I've always assumed it was a Silver Shamrock mask, just in my own imagination anyway. So of course it should be. But let's just say they were selling a mask, even selling it after the tragedy of 2018. In reality, hey, some people have terrible taste, and very morbid taste. So they probably would be making masks of that serial killer. Um, Not legitimately calling it a Michael Myers mask in that universe, but maybe they would just call it the Boogeyman mask. Let's see. Patrick says Nick Castle as the graveyard keeper. Now that would be a good role for him. That would definitely be a good role, just because I don't know. He kind of with that beard and all. I mean, I don't know. He kind of looks the role in a weird way. And of course, Haddonfield is in need of a new cemetery caretaker now that Sandra, God bless our friend Diva Tyler, much love to Sandra and her husband Phil, but yeah, uh, she's not there anymore to take people to Judith Myers' grave. So yeah, maybe it would be Nick Castle. That could be interesting. Andromeda says maybe Laurie is seeing a therapist in 2022 and Nick plays the therapist. He could tilt his head as something Laurie says. I like that. That's good. That's not bad at all. I do like that. That would be, I mean, yeah, if he's going to be unmasked and playing another character, that's what I'm saying. They need to have some fun with it. Have, wink at us with the fans, make it something interesting. And I think they will. They've done some of that with these other little Easter eggs they've given us. So I look forward to that. That's a good one though. I like him as the therapist. Let's see. Byron says maybe Michael Myers stalking Allison, but it's Nick Castle watching from afar in his Smith's Grove uniform. That's interesting. That's an interesting take on it. There's that scene in H2O when Laurie is kind of thinking that Michael's coming for, and then it turns out it's it's it, it's the Alan Arkin character. Um, what's his name? I can't remember his name now, but her boyfriend in the movie. And in the commentary, that's the scene that she says she originally wanted Mike Myers, the comedian, to appear in, and it would be kind of funny for us fans. And she'd kind of look at him, and she'd probably do the head tilt in that version, and kind of look at him like, "Don't I know you from somewhere?" So yes, maybe they could do that she always wanted to do with Mike Myers, and do that. Finally realize the comedic genius that lies within that scene, the comedy gold that's within that scene, all these years later, and do it with Nick Castle. That's an idea that I could totally get behind, and then maybe they both kind of do the head tilt with each other, and then just keep walking on by. Maybe Nick's even wearing a jumpsuit or something. I don't know. That might be a little much there, but I would like to see that. That could work. You guys are coming up with some good ones though. Protect says Nick Castle as Loomis. Now that's that I wow. You stumped me on that one. Nick Castle as Loomis. Wow. I don't even know how that would work. Maybe as Bob Loomis, Sam's brother, who comes in for revenge all these years later. Now that Michael's out, there we go. Bob Loomis, Robert Loomis. Let's see. Pika Beats has checked in. What's up? What's up, babe? Happy Michael Myers Monday. Andromeda likes the hardware store idea better. Yeah, I like the hardware store idea. You guys are coming up with some good ones, though. I want to hear more of this. Johnny Trouble says he will be the new CEO of Silver Shamrock Enterprises. That's a good one. I like that. Maybe that's it. He plays Cochran, or maybe a heir to the Silver Shamrock Empire, like you said, the new CEO. Connell Cochran the Third, maybe, or something like that. It would have to be the third, right? Because 3. Oh, that's some good stuff. That's some good stuff, guys. All right. Let's talk a little bit about this animatronic news we have. Byron says Nick Castle as Laurie's therapist. Yeah, a lot of you guys like that. I like that idea. I mean, that would work good. Pierre says, cheers for Jenna Ortega. Looks perfect as Wednesday. Loving a lot of the casting choices. Do you think the series will be more of a comedy or a teen drama? I know this is off the subject of Michael Myers. Yeah, Pierre, hopefully you checked out my report on Wednesday earlier, but I agree. I think she looks dead on as Wednesday. I'm a huge Tim Burton fan already. I think this project is made for him and vice versa. And yeah, I think casting her in the lead is right. I think most of the cast is looking really well. I'm glad Christina Ricci is involved in it. As far as your question, is the tone, I do think it's going to be a bit of a teen drama, but with Tim Burton, I think it's going to be quirky enough and weird enough. And again, I believe he's such a fan, probably, of the original Addams Family series, that he's going to want to infuse some of that into the show. Even when he did his Dark Shadows film, it was he put a lot of comedy in there wasn't really in the original show. But this, already comes with the comedy baked in. So I think that's going to be there. I do think there'll be some teen drama. I do expect it. I don't know if you watched Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, but I do think that this show, in fact, I think that show was canceled to make way for this show. Honestly, I think it will very much be aimed at a similar market as that, but a little more Tim Burton flavored. For whatever that means. But I hope that answers your question. But yes, I'm very excited about that Wednesday for sure. I'll be watching. Let's see. Andromeda says he could be a reporter that really wants to interview Laurie and stalks her. Yeah, I like the idea of having him stalk Laurie and it not being Michael, but still having Nick have a reason to maybe stalk her. I like that. Kind of chases her down the street. Yeah. Like I said, I mean, you see him from the distance, he still kind of gets to be the shape for a minute, but then it gets closer, and it's kind of like this reveal that, oh, it's not Michael at all, it's not the shape, only we fans know. There's Nick. That's so great. Let's see, Jack Russell says, just a fun idea, but if the Silver Shamrock is a green light for Halloween Ends, it would be poetic for Nick Castle to be Connell Cochran. Yeah, yeah, it would. It could be. I don't think they're going to go that route. Honestly, I don't. I've said I don't think Silver Shamrock's going to play that big of a role in this. But I mean, if I'm wrong, I'm not going to be upset about it. I love Halloween 3. I love Silver Shamrock existing in these films and in this universe, and I absolutely do want a Silver Shamrock commercial to be heard. I want to hear the jingle in Halloween Ends. That's one of my, like, come on, guys. I mean, Universal. I mean, it. I don't know how anybody owns it. It's set to the tune of London Bridge, but Universal owns the rights to it. They own Halloween 3, so they can clearly use it. And David Gordon Green, it doesn't have to sound like it did in '82 either. They can make it a 2022 version of it, whatever that might be. But yeah, I want to hear the Silver Shamrock jingle, and it can be on the radio, maybe from that radio tower everybody's so concerned with. It could be on TV in the background somewhere or whatever. But bring it on, bring on the Silver Shamrock jingle. All right, let's talk about this animatronic news here. Let me pull this up. All right. All right, time for a little bit of anima talk. We're going to talk some animatronics here. You guys probably remember. One sec. Okay, so hopefully you guys remember just last week we were here discussing a new Michael Myers animatronic to be released this fall, and it's going to be carried in Lowe's stores across the country, made by Jimmy, and we were just kind of taking a look at that animatronic and trying to figure out what it's going to look like, what it's going to do, and as best I could uncover at the time, it appeared that it was going to be a re-release of this animatronic. This is made by Jimmy Industries. They released this life-size Michael Myers animatronic in 2020. Now, many of you might remember that last year, 2021, there was a different Michael Myers animatronic, officially licensed from Halloween 2, released exclusively through Party City and made by a different company. This one was made by Techie, and that's the one that we actually purchased. I did the whole epic unboxing video, showcase video, and everything. That link is in the description of this video, and you can check that out when we're done here. So it appeared that we were again getting an officially licensed Halloween 2 Michael Myers animatronic this year, only not from Techie like last year's. It would be from Jimmy, year before. All a little bit confusing. Don't really understand how the copyrights work. Still don't. But so we looked at this and a related video. And it was my understanding that that's how this new animatronic looks. So since then, some new information has come to light. I was actually contacted by somebody at Lowe's, and this person they asked to remain anonymous, and they did want to clarify some information and let us know exactly what animatronic is going to be carried at their stores and what it looks like. And so they were kind enough to shoot me a couple images. And we're going to take a look at those now. And so this will be confirmation of what this new animatronic coming to Lowe's is. This new Myers animatronic, as well as the new Jason Voorhees life-size animatronic, a new Freddy Krueger life-size animatronic. We got a new Chucky animatronic coming, as well as other products that are not animatronics based on these iconic brands, and featuring these slashers, the big dogs of the slasher world. So, and again, this is an exclusive. This is stuff you haven't seen anywhere else, because this was sent to me kind of undercover, and but you know, they want this out there to be clear of what's going on. So we're going to take a look at these images right now that we were sent. And we're just going to go through it a little bit. All right, so here's the first image right here, and we'll zoom in a little bit and kind of take it level by level here. But let's start by going in right here to the animatronics shelf. This is the display as you're going to see them at your local Lowe's stores. And again, this is not the highest quality photo. None of these are super high quality, but you'll be able to get a good idea here. A good idea here. You'll be able to get a good idea here of what we're talking about, and what we can expect with these releases. So there, all the way on the left there, you see a Chucky, and this is going to be a roving Chucky, like Chucky moving around on a Roomba, basically. Got a few other animatronics there up front. It looks like a gravedigger crouched down there, but standing there in the back is the Holy Trinity. That it's going to be so awesome to see these three iconic killers in Lowe's stores, at least as long as they last, which is not going to be long at all. I imagine they're probably going to go like the day they're set out. So good luck. And by the way, our local Lowe's, which is probably one of the last ones in the country to put their stuff out, they were putting it out in early August of last year. So just keep that in mind. There on the left, of course, that is Michael Myers. And that is a bit different. Now, I've got a better picture of Michael we're going to take a look at in a minute. And we'll talk about the exact differences that we can tell. That is Jason Voorhees as well there on the left. And that is Freddy Krueger right there on the right. And let's just take a look up here on the top shelf. We mentioned this last week, too, that there was a new Michael Myers with pumpkin inflatable listed as well. And I thought it was listed as 3.5 feet. Comparing to these guys, these animatronics look like they're probably more like 5 feet tall. But that is, in fact, a Michael Myers with pumpkin inflatable, and that is, just like we said, it's kind of what I call the Charlie Brown Michael Myers, kind of Jimmy's family-friendly version of the most badass fictional serial killer in all of horror. And up there you can also see we got a new Chucky Halloween animatronic. It actually says trick or treat on that banner he is holding. And I always love, I've said before on here, I always love when any franchise who's not really Halloween specific related puts out decorations that is Halloween specific. And so when Chucky crosses over with Halloween, that's the kind of Chucky stuff that I want to own even more. Also a Mandalorian Halloween inflatable. It says treats is the way. Or actually it says this is the way. Excuse me. Yeah, why would it say treats is the way? It says this is the way. And then that's Gizmo there, and I can't really read what his banner says because he has lost a hold of one side of it. And we're going to go back to those animatronics for a second in just a minute, but let's go a little bit closer on what else is down here. Now, my source did tell me that some of the artwork, some of the packaging is not final. So we're not really going to look too much into the packaging on those animatronics down there on the bottom row. It does look like that Chucky is going to come in what looks like to be an actual kind of good guy type replica box. I mean, I'm sure it won't be exact, but that's pretty cool that he's going to come in something like that. It appears. Again, packaging not final. And again, I apologize that the quality is not any better than it is, but this is what we've got to deal with. And what you can see is, what I can see is there on the second shelf from the bottom, it looks like we are getting some Michael Myers, Jason Voorhees, and Freddy Krueger lawn stakes. You know, these are the Halloween stakes that you plug in and they light up your lawn pathways, or in my case, your graveyards, your pumpkin patches. And it looks like it's going to be the head of each of these icons on the stakes. There you can see Michael Myers on the left, Jason Voorhees, and Freddy on the right. And I think Freddy and Jason might have had lawn stakes released prior to now, but I don't recall these Myers heads being released as lawn stakes before. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. And then on the next shelf up, it looks like we are also getting more string lights, also officially licensed. All of the Myers stuff appears to be officially licensed from Halloween 2. But we're also getting Jason Voorhees and Freddy Krueger string lights as well. And again, Spirit Halloween has carried string lights of all three of these characters, including Michael Myers. They are officially licensed, as we pointed out before, and as was reminded, you guys reminded me last week, most of all the Myers stuff you typically see at Spirit Halloween is officially licensed from either H2O or the Curse of Michael Myers. So that's how we're getting yet more string lights here available at Lowe's stores, officially licensed from Halloween 2. And we also might be getting, well, we are getting some of those globe projectors. And it's hard to tell here if the one on the furthest left is a Myers projector or if that goes with the Jason stuff, and the one to the right of the Jason stuff is a Freddy projector. It's hard to tell if we're getting one of all three or just a Jason and Freddy at this point. But looking at the color here, I can't make it out real clear, but it does kind of look like we might be getting a Myers one. And there's something else there. I don't know what those other packages are there in between the string lights and the globes. But whatever it is, there's a Jason one, there's a Freddy one, and there's a Michael Myers one. So, string lights, in addition to the projectors, in addition to the lawn stakes, in addition to something else we can see down there. So at least 4 new items, and that's in addition to these Holy Trinity of slashers in Chucky as well, and these inflatables. Now I do have another image here, and we can see some of this stuff a little more clear in this one. And then I've got another image of just the Myers we'll look at in just a second, where we can really concentrate on that. But there's a little bit better look at those animatronics from a slightly different angle, a little more lit. And here is some more of those other products that we're going to be seeing out this year. David Suber checking in. Late but here. Yes, sir. You are here. Awesome. Happy Michael Myers Monday, man. Glad you're here. Jennifer says, these are so cool. Thanks for sharing. Thank you for saying that. My pleasure for sharing. Absolutely. And to my confidential source inside Lowe's, I want to thank them for sharing this info with me. Again, we aim to report accurate information as much as possible, and that's really what it was about. Was I was sharing images of the Myers animatronic that are not exactly accurate. As you'll see, there are some changes, and we'll take a deeper look at that in just a second. Rob says, I think those lights will look great on my front walkway, no question. Yes, those lawn stakes, absolutely. Give me just 1 minute, guys. I'll be right back. Rob says, Lowe's, please take my money. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I expect these items, these licensed items, to go really quick at Lowe's stores. I actually was lucky enough to get to our local Lowe's right when they were putting the stuff out last year, and it was right around mid August, right around August 15th when they started putting the stuff out. So I don't anticipate these to stay very long. All right, so here is a better look at the Myers animatronic itself. Um, Now, again, underneath this very well could be the same animatronic that Jimmy released prior, the same mechanism underneath. I'm pretty sure it's going to be the same motion, which I do want to recognize somebody that reminded me. Yeah, it was CGI Michael Myers out there that commented on my report about the animatronic last week that the motion in the 2020 Jimmy that was released and the 2021 Techie that was released at Party City, I had said in that report and said here last week that the motion is almost identical, and it is different. The motion on the Party City that we own is a motion at the elbow. He doesn't move here. It goes up and down like this. The motion on the 2020 made by Jimmy, which I believe is going to be the same motion as this new one we're talking about, that one goes up at the elbow like this. So I just want to recognize CGI Michael Myers out there for correcting me on that. All right, so as you can see, I mean, the first difference is that they did take the time to paint the bullet hole wounds on the jumpsuit this time. That does make it a bit more H2 accurate. And the mask, I mean, it might be the same mask sculpt as the 2020. I can't really tell a huge difference here in the sculpt, but I know the paint job looks better. It looks dirtier, like an H2 should. And most notably, biggest difference is that the eyes are all black here. The blackest eyes. The devil's eyes. And that's the way it should be, because they were not like that here. They were not like that on this release here. As you can see, we can go even more into that one, and you can see his eyeballs in this release. So I definitely appreciate that they corrected that here. His hair looks a little wild right here. I don't know that they'll all look like that, but again, I mean, honestly, I mean, I kind of prefer the Maniac look over the super, you know, super combed look, I guess you could say. So this looks better than what we were looking at last week. This is an improvement over the 2020, if you ask me. Um, if you ask me. Rob asks if it's possible to change the masks on the animatronics. Um, well, I mean, the one I've got from the Party City, it's it's not a mask actually on it. It's the mold, but yeah, you could probably fit a mask if it's a big enough one over top, and just use whatever mask you want on it. Yes, Thib Travels says worked at Spirit last 2 seasons. Pathway markers were sold at Spirit except for the Myers; those are new. That's right. Yes, the Jason and Freddy, I do recall seeing those at Spirit before, but yeah, I've never seen those Myers um, lawn stakes before. So there you go, from a Spirit employee. Thank you for clarifying. And yes, Theb says the Myers string lights are new as well. The Spirit ones were from H2O license. Yeah, most of what Spirit carries when it comes to Myers has been an H2O or a Curse of Michael Myers license. Byron quoting my own quotes back to me. Yeah, I'd like to see Michael Myers walking through a nightclub on Halloween night like Batman in the Batman. I would love that. Jennifer says this Myers animatronic would be cool in a haunted house. Yeah, I think he could freak some people out. Again, I want to see him up close. I want to see him in action, but I'm pretty sure the motion is going to be, I'm guessing, like that 2020 release where it is up and down at the shoulder, though, as opposed to the up and down at the elbow, which is the one released last year. But this definitely looks like an improvement all the way around on this Myers as opposed to this guy. You guys tell me your opinion, but I mean, I think this looks a lot better than this one. And here is that Jason Voorhees animatronic that you can see up there right next to Michael, and this is a slightly better look at him. And if from what I understand is true, and I haven't confirmed this, I will try to get this information confirmed before we release a re-edit of this story. But from what I understand, this animatronic, the Jason hockey mask, is actually removable, and you will have a sculpted, deformed Jason face underneath, which would be really cool and really new and unique for the Jason animatronics. And we've got that Freddy over there as well. I'll try to get a better, more quality image of him as well. But I'm just super excited to see all three of these guys at Lowe's stores, as well as Chucky as well. All four of these icons. And yes, I'll probably have to add that inflatable to my collection. I got both of the Jimmy inflatables released in 2021. I'll probably have to get this 2022 version as well. So I've got the whole collection. And as far as this animatronic, this Myers animatronic, I don't know. I mean, I was not really considering it until seeing these new photos. Now I'm thinking about it, and I do want to see the price too. I've already forgotten what those listings that price was listed. I think it was like was it 260 we saw listed? Maybe one of you guys out there can help me remember. But in any case, let me know what you think about these animatronics coming to your local Lowe's stores. Hopefully your local Lowe's stores. Start asking your managers. Let them know you're interested. Find out when they're going to be putting that stuff out. I'm just excited to see this Halloween goodness coming to local department stores and seeing Lowe's really kind of make their presence known in the Halloween industry. I mean, Home Depot in recent years has really sort of they've really sort of just made a lot of strides to compete with the likes of Spirit Halloween and Party City, and it looks like Lowe's is now answering the call. Aha, David says 239. Okay, that's not bad. 240. Yeah, because I think it was like 200 was the Party City Techie animatronic last year, so that's not bad for this. You guys let me know what you think though. Patrick says going to be an expensive fall. Yes, sir. I know it will be. Brett says love the bullet holes. Yeah, me too, man. Yeah, that's a nice detail, and rightfully so. I mean, they are licensed from Halloween 2, and I don't care that they're not 100% screen accurate. I'm not that type looking for that all the time and stuff like this. But yeah, I mean, give us the 6 bullet hole wounds. Young Major says, I could see Nick playing the radio host at the radio tower everybody's talking about. That could be interesting. Brett says, love the bullet holes. Rob agrees. Bullet holes make it a lot better for sure. Yeah, I think that's an improvement. And the eyes. I mean, just the bullet holes, the eyes, and those are really the main differences. Again, I got to get a better look at the head to know how different it is, but I think just a slightly better, dirtier paint job. The blackened eyes, absolutely, and the bullet holes. I mean, that's going to make a lot of difference. And then, of course, we would all turn his collar up and style that hair just a little bit. Rob says, Lou saw how fast money Home Depot was making for Halloween and wants a piece of the action. Absolutely, that's what I'm saying. And Home Depot, it's only been in just the last couple years that they really made a play for the Halloween market, and they hit a home run with those giant 12-foot skeletons. And yeah, I feel like Lowe's was like, hello, we want a piece of that. Jennifer's asking which Lowe's is this located at? I do not have an answer as far as where these actual photos were taken. Million Ideas is not a bad price at all. Yeah, I mean, $220. I don't think that's a bad price for this either. I mean, we've got our 6.5-foot Michael Myers in our living room. He just stands in the corner and lurks over us ever since we purchased him last October, and it's pretty awesome. And he still makes me jump every now and then when I forget he's there, and it's awesome every time. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed that bit of exclusive animatronic news for you. As soon as I can get better quality images and video of those animatronics in action, I will absolutely have those here. We will share them. We will discuss them. And yeah, look for those at your local Lowe's stores. I can't wait to see them out in the wild. I think that's going to be the coolest. I just think that's going to be the coolest because in this day and age, these franchises have been around for 40 years. In the case of Friday and Halloween, and almost 40 now for Nightmare. So, and yeah, shout out to Lowe's. Good job on stepping it up with the licensed franchise and bringing these guys in. And that Chucky too. I think that's going to be cool. Running around on a Zumba. I think that was sold at Spirit too, or a version of it was sold at Spirit not long ago as well. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong on that, or let me know when that was. All right, I'm gonna take a breath and a drink and check in to the live chat, and then we're gonna do some shout outs. Yeah, 239. Okay, so 240. That's the price. 240 is what they are listed at on that screenshot that we saw from some kind of leak out of Lowe's. And again, my source that reached out to us, they kind of saw that, you know, they weren't even mad that the leak was out there because we didn't leak it. I don't know, but they did want to make sure that we could give some accurate info out there and verify what they could. And I really totally appreciate that because now I've got a much better idea of what's going on. This is, kind of like a upgraded version of the Jimmy 2020 Myers animatronic, it looks like. And as such, I think good. They've made some good upgrades. And yeah, I'm just very happy. I know that Jason and that Freddy have been announced and kind of teased and been on their way to being released for a couple years now, since pre-pandemic. And it looks like, fingers crossed anyway, that they're all finally going to see the light of day this year, this fall, which is pretty damn exciting. And it's great for these franchises as well. We love Jason and Freddy and Chucky and all the classic franchises. We love them all here. So it's great to see them all out there during the greatest time of year and in this form. I mean, I love the animatronics anyway. I mean, I wish I could afford to own all of them. I wish I could afford just to own all the Myers if I could, but much less all of them. I'd love to, but I don't have the space. I definitely don't have the cash. And but man, it's always cool. Even their imperfections are cool because it's again, I know I'm always talking about nostalgia and retro stuff, but it kind of goes back to that, like going to Chuck E. Cheese as a kid and seeing those animatronics up there, or like the old you know, theme park animatronics and stuff like that. That even though they're all jolly and happy, they're a little creepy too. And now we've got ones that are made to be creepy, and they're awesome. So great to see these horror icons represented in this way. Hardy Verse is in. Sorry I'm late. Oh, it's all good, man. It's all good. I will be signing off here in just a few minutes. Not gonna keep you guys too late tonight. But hey, you're here, so thanks for checking in. Happy Michael Myers Monday, and you can always watch us on the replay. So thanks for being here. All right, let's do some shout outs, shall we? All right, you guys know the deal. Every week we celebrate Michael Myers fandom with the hashtag Michael Myers Monday. We launched that hashtag. Well, we launched HDN in 2012. This is our 10th anniversary year. You guys know I've been talking about that. We're celebrating all year. 2013, I started that hashtag Michael Myers Monday. I just wanted to see what would happen. Nobody else had ever used it. I checked all the social media. So we launched it just thinking maybe it'll catch on. If nothing else, we'll just use it from time to time to, you know, share Michael Myers related content. And all these years later, it's just grown and got a mind of its own, and it means what it means for people, and people make it mean whatever they need it to mean. And sometimes it's attacking Monday like you're Michael Myers attacking a victim, and sometimes it's Monday attacking you and creeping up on your weekend the way Michael creeps up and stalks. And sometimes it's just a time to show off your ink or your collection or your cosplay or whatever. And basically, it's celebrating the fandom of this franchise and this character that for some reason we all love, and just uniting us. So, with that in mind, I like to end each of these live streams on Monday nights on Michael Myers Monday Live with just a couple shout outs, couple tweets and posts from IG that I picked out. And again, as always, it's not all of them. It's not even the best of them. It's just a couple random ones that I thought hit home tonight for whatever reason. So let's take a look at those right now. All right, so jumping over here to Twitter. This is from Terror in the Isles. And if you're not following them, be sure to follow them on Twitter at Isles of Terror. They are here to remind us that we're just 129 days until Halloween ends. And every day, not just on Mondays, they are tweeting and reminding us and reminding everybody in the Twitterverse how many days we have to wait until the return of Michael Myers on the big screen in Halloween ends. So thank you for that service, Terror in the Isles, and happy Michael Myers Monday to you. Another one from Twitter today. This is from the Boogeyman at the Shape 78. A simple happy Michael Myers Monday. And I had to share this because I actually just really like this photo. This is a cool, really creepy photo. I think John Carpenter would like this. Another one from Instagram. And I feel like this just kind of sums up most of us right now, waiting for Halloween Ends marketing to begin. Hashtag Michael Myers Monday. Yep, that's me. That's me. How about you guys? At least there's plenty of other news to keep me busy. Otherwise, I would literally be sitting here looking like that all day, every day. All right, moving over to Instagram now. This one comes from the real Tyler Mane, of course, Michael Myers himself in the Rob Zombie films, reading a little book called The Devil's Eyes, the story of Michael Myers by one Dr. Samuel Loomis. That is one hell of a prop, by the way. Tyler Mane today says a little self-help reading really helps get the week going. Tyler, Always sharing awesome Michael Myers Monday content every week. Love it. Another one from Instagram. This is from Slasher Louie 666. Says about to prank call Lori. Hee hee. And I just thought that was kind of funny. And one more for tonight from Instagram. This is from Michael Myers of Traverse City. Getting his burger and dogs on at the grill. Celebrating summer 2022. Now, I don't know about you guys, but the best thing about summer for me is that we're just that much closer to fall. Gotta love the Jacko Melon. All right, as always, use your Michael Myers Monday hashtag every week. Feel free to tag us. We're all over all the socials, not just IG and Twitter. We're on the book. We're on the TikTok, the Snapchat, you name it. We're there, all over all of them. So feel free to tag us, look us up. We're on the Slasher app too. Are you guys on the Slasher app? You should definitely be on the Slasher app if you're not already. It's kind of the best of all the social media because it's literally just horror fans for horror fans by horror fans. We're there. You can find our news articles in the news section of the app, and you can find me, my profile, Halloween Daily News. The link is actually in the description with all of our other social links, whichever one is your favorite. But if you're not on the Slasher, I didn't know I was going to plug them tonight, but I'm always happy to plug them because they're awesome. If you're not on Slasher, get on it. It's free. Send me a friend request at Halloween Daily News. I will accept. We will be friends there. And yeah, you'll enjoy it because it's awesome. And I have enjoyed this tonight. This has been awesome, and I hope you have too. Coco has checked in. Awesome. Happy Michael Myers Monday. Rob says, can't wait to see what Home Depot has to offer for Halloween. Yeah, I think they're going to have to step up their game to answer this challenge from Lowe's. Because Lowe's is definitely stepping up. So, but I know Home Depot is going to have some more really impressive, super big, like 12-foot scale stuff. We'll talk about that on another video. This is Michael Myers Monday Live, and I don't believe they're going to have any Myers licensed stuff at Home Depot this year, but I am going to be doing a report. A lot of the Home Depot stuff has leaked. As usual, I don't usually try to talk too much about leaked stuff, but again, in this case, this was not leaked. This was a tip. This was somebody reaching out to us and giving us some inside scoop and providing something, and I really appreciate that. If you're out there and you've got tips or questions, you can reach us anytime. The easiest and most direct way is HalloweenDailyNews.com/contact. I almost forgot the word I was thinking of. HalloweenDailyNews.com/contact. Right there, you can email us anytime. You can also send us a DM through social media if you want, through IG. The only problem with that is I might not see it right away. We don't check the requests every single hour of every single day, so it might be a little bit delayed on a response there. But if you fill out that contact form, we're going to see that right away and be able to get right back to you. Or you could always just, if it's something you don't mind the public seeing, just drop me a line in the comments down below. I do read every comment, and I do my best. I try to respond to every comment we get here on the channel, because I do appreciate the interaction and the engagement and the conversation we're having, and I want to keep that going. And there are going to be other live streams. I mean, right now it is Mondays. It's all about the Monday nights. But as you saw today, there's more and more news happening. It's going to keep piling on over the next few months. I mean, the next 4 months, really, June, July, August, September, are really our Super Bowl months of Halloween news, and it really does kind of come daily this time of year. October hits, and all the announcements have been made, all the reveals have been made, all the things are in action, the releases have been released, and so it's just kind of weird time of everything's happening, and but the news actually comes down a tiny bit at that moment. It's just this weird kind of thing we see every year, but what that means is lots more video content coming here to the channel, lots more news content coming directly to the website. You want to subscribe to that too. You definitely want to subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, so you don't miss any of that. We're going to have lots of exciting trailer breakdowns. Of course, the Halloween Ends when that drops. Other stuff we're looking forward to: Terrifier 2, Hocus Pocus 2, Dark Harvest, just to name a few. These are major events that we're going to be covering up and down, front and back, from here until their release. And I'm glad that you guys are going to be here for it. So turn on those notifications if you haven't already. Don't be shy with dropping us a line down in the comments below or in the live chat anytime. I always look forward to hearing from you guys. And this has been a blast, everybody. Again, we didn't have a whole lot to talk about, but I think we had some pretty good stuff to talk about tonight. So hopefully I didn't bore you too much. It is after midnight. It's officially Trick or Treat Terrifier Tuesday. So I'm going to get on out of here and let you guys get to bed, because I know you got to get up and hit it tomorrow. And I just can't thank you enough for hanging out with me tonight. It's always fun, and that's because of you guys. Otherwise, I'm just sitting here talking to myself. So thanks for being here again, everybody. I look forward to doing it again next Monday, and who knows, maybe even sooner. Like I said, there's so much news happening, and not that anybody's really been asking about it, but the Halloween show will return, and it's going to return in primarily a live format, very similar to what we do here on Monday nights, except it just won't be on Monday nights, and it'll probably be a little bit earlier in the evening when we do those. I might not have my Michael Myers mango twist every time for those. But really, it's going to be very similar to this, where there's a number of news items that may or may not have to do with this franchise specific. It might be other stuff we're covering, and we'll go over them live like this, and then you'll see kind of more shorter, bite-sized, edited versions of those live reports be released, throughout the week after that. So that's going to ramp up again. We don't have a specific date for that yet, but it's coming eventually. So you can look forward to that. And of course, new exclusive interviews. Soon there's going to be store walkthroughs, convention appearances. Man, it's going to get crazy here. So I'm glad you're here for it. And I think you're going to be glad you're going to be here for it, because we're going to be doing a lot of exciting stuff. And it's our 10th anniversary. Like I said, I know I've been teasing some things. I'm just trying to put everything together before we make the announcements. But I'm going to want you guys. I'm going to be reaching out to you guys to help us celebrate our 10th anniversary, HDN's 10th anniversary. We launched in September of 2012. This September is officially our 10th anniversary. And you guys, our viewers, our readers, our friends, our community, y'all are going to help us celebrate it. I'm not going to get into it tonight. It's a little bit late for that. But we're going to be announcing details of our 10th anniversary celebration here very soon. And you can also look for more fun, just flashback stuff from our archives. I was thinking tonight, if we have time, and it's a little bit late now, so I'm not going to get into it. But probably next week, I'm going to pull out some more of those never-before-seen photos from some of the events we've attended, like Flashback Weekend in 2015, when I told you that we were inside the... Well, I'm not even going to get into it right now. But we've got some really great behind-the-scenes, really candid, never-before-seen exclusive images that I might be sharing here with the Michael Myers Monday live audience exclusively here over the next few months as we celebrate our 10th anniversary. It'd be kind of a fun way for me to kind of look back on some of the stuff we've done in the past decade, people we've met, and talked to, friends we've made, places we've gone, things we've done, all that good stuff. All right, subscribe, like, share, comment, turn on notifications, all that good stuff. David says craziness is good. Yes, yes, yes. It's going to get crazy. It's going to get good. Yes, sir. Thank you for being here, man. Rob says, happy Michael Myers Monday. Oh, thanks, Matt, for another great show. Good stuff. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That really means so much. And I love seeing y'all's comments, your compliments. It really is encouraging to me. Again, I'm not going to get emotional here, but it means more than you guys know. It really does. A lot going on outside of this stuff that I don't talk about here because y'all don't care and I don't want to bore you with it. But yeah, it really, really means a lot to hear that encouragement from you guys. So thank you all. As always, I'm Matt Arts for Halloween Daily News. Thank you for watching and happy Michael Myers Monday.